The love for books, the love for reading and biting. Ow, what are you doing? I love you and I love all my books, and you're biting me in the face. Lisa, why are you biting me? Okay, you don't want more songs. Okay, you're gonna go out. Okay, yes, gently. So not only he ruined my song, is here watching my video, and I can't move my feet to grab the books because he's right there, but not on my lap, apparently. Hello, beautiful bookworms. My name is Katarina, and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be doing a good old book haul, which will probably have some parts. We don't know. Or it's just going to be this. We also don't know. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Also, my cat is really, really cute, and I'm looking at him and I'm getting really distracted, but he's ignoring me and showing me his butt. So, can you feel the love tonight? Indeed. So first of all, I have the new Murakami that has been published here in Portugal, and it's a Portuguese edition of Absolutely Music by Haruki Murakami and Seiji Ozawa, and I do believe that Seiji Ozawa was director? Yeah, it was the old director of the Symphonic Orchestra of Boston. And they are very, very good friends, and this is apparently a collection of their talks, letters, and dialogues about music. Murakami is my favorite author, and he is also extremely known for loving music, especially jazz. And so it's a Murakami, I had to get it, and because it's about music, and music also plays a lot of important themes in my life. I really enjoy music, I really enjoy various types of music, although I do think I have a specific type that I enjoy the most. I decided that I was going to read it and see what they thought about and what the conversations went to, because if I know something about Murakami, is that a simple conversation can just develop into dialogues and interesting conundrums and thoughts. Why are you doing noises while I'm doing my video? Jesus. About music and about life and about people, and so that's why I want to read it. Then the second book that I have here is Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. So you might remember that in my May wrap-up, and through the month of May, I actually read Normal People by Sally Rooney, and I really, really enjoyed it. It wasn't a perfect 5-star read to me, but it was definitely a 4-star, and I really enjoy the consideration between relationships and the study of character and relation between our main couple, but also between themselves and their families and their relational circle where they were inserted, and the difference between them in their respective circles, and also what they communicated and how they communicated with each other. And so Conversation with Friends has now an adaptation that I also want to watch, but I want to read the book first, and because I think it was the first Sally Rooney? I don't know. Yeah, it was the first Sally Rooney. I really wanted to read it because I felt like if it was as good as Normal People, I would enjoy. I love character studies, I love relationship in-depth studies, and so I wanted to read it. So apparently this is about this girl, Frances. She has 21 years, she's very funny, and she studies in Dublin, and she wants to be a writer. And she has a best friend, Bobby, and she had a love affair with this best friend previously. But now they're just inseparable friends. And one day they are doing an interview to Melissa, and she's a journalist, and they start getting along and being friends, the three of them. But Melissa is married to an actor, Nick, and so the four of them are like the friends of the conversations, and they get into this world of parties and luxury, and there's a ménage à quatre, apparently, between all of them. But Frances and Nick, which are not the married couple, attention, they became inseparably intimate, and it's the first time that Frances is confronted with her vulnerabilities. I don't know. it sounds really intriguing. It sounds a bit dramatic also, because you have a marriage and then you don't have a marriage, and then you I don't know. It probably has the cheating thing, even though it does appear that they're all related to each other. So if that's something that you don't like, probably this isn't the book for you. But I am incredibly excited. I love polyamorous relationships, and so I'm excited to see if it goes in that direction or if it has nothing to do with that. So yeah. Okay, so then we go straight into one of my favorite books in a long time. And that was a book that I didn't have. I actually read it because it was lent to me years ago, and it's now on second print. It was rebooted, let's just say like that. It's a new edition, a new rebooted edition, and I couldn't be happier, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it because I need to reread it. It's one of my favorite stories. I've actually recently rewatched the movie and I love it, and that is One Day by David Nichols. And you are about to say, wait, that's not horror or fantasy, that's a contemporary romance. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it's normally not my kind of genre, but this one is absolutely perfect. I'm actually thinking of rereading it and doing a review for it, just very on detail, no spoilers, on why I love this book so much. If you have never read it, One Day by David Nichols, go read it. This is a Portuguese edition, but obviously there's a lot of editions of this. This is a very eloquently written, very beautifully relationship of these two people. They have met on the 15th of July, and it portrays that same day for them both, year after year after year of their lives. They are two good friends, but they also love each other. And it's how this relationship grows. Through a lot of problems, through a lot of being together, being apart, and then up until the end, which was a magnificent ending, if I can say so myself. It's very emotional, but it's incredibly well done, I feel like. It's a really good and beautiful exploration of being human and loving someone and relationships between people. That's all I say. Now I've got sort of a belated birthday gift, sort of. A friend of mine heard that I was wanting to start The Wheel of Time, and I have book 1, 2, and 3 in Portuguese, but I haven't started it yet. And he was like, okay, but I bought for myself books 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 twice because of problems with the deliveries and everything. So would you like to have those box sets? It's in English, but would you like it? And I was like, free books? What? In a huge series that I'll have to spend a lot of money in, and now I don't have to? Hell yes! Look at that! Okay, so this is supposed to be box set 2, and this is supposed to be box set 3. I'm going to open them with my scissors, and I will show you the books. So I have in my hand book 4, The Shadow Rising, book 5, The Fires of Heaven, and book 6, Lord of Chaos, all by Robert Jordan. If you don't know, Wheel of Time is a really known and very well acclaimed, that's what I wanted to say, fantasy series, and so I'm really excited to get into it now that I have lots of the books to start and get into. And then we have book 7, Crown of Swords, book 8, The Path of Daggers, and book 9, Winter's Heart. Again, all by Robert Jordan. There's a phase where Brandon Sanderson was invited to finish this because of Robert Jordan's passing, but it wasn't here yet. I think it's maybe on the next one? I don't know. I do believe these are 14 books, so now that I have 9, I can pretty much start with no worries that I won't have at least a next one to read in the series. So this is a big enterprise. I think I'm going to pace myself reading The Wheel of Time, because I don't think I can stay in this world for like 9 books unless it's really good and interesting for me. I've heard that this series is from the 1990s, so I'm excited to see how the writing style is going to be. I am also excited to see how the characters are going to develop and the world building of everything, so I really want to read this. And now I have a trilogy that I've been really wanting to read, but I couldn't get them And now I did. I got the box set with 3 of them, and people have been saying that this is like the best series that this author has written, and so I am very, very, very thrilled to just pick this up and read, because honestly, this is just like, I don't want to say trash fantasy. It's actually good in some parts, terrible in others, but the good parts of this are the emotional, like, coupling parts and the world building of the shit. And so I don't know, it's going to be a guilty pleasure read, and that is the Dark Artifices trilogy by Cassandra Clare. So we have Lady Midnight, which is a chunker of a boy. Then we have Lord of Shadows, which is another chunker of a boy. And then we have Queen of Darkness, which, motherfucker, like, the size of this, like, how long is this? I see 800 pages. I see 870 pages. Wow, okay, but I mean, these are the types of taglines that I am attracted to. What if damnation is the price of true love? You know? It's just, would you trade your soulmate for your soul? This one isn't as great. In a Kingdom by the Sea. I mean, whatever. But I think that I'm going to reread City of Heavenly Fire, which is the 6th and final of the Mortal Instruments series. And then I'm going to just, where we meet the characters that are going to be the main characters in this. And then I'm just going to dive into this, because this is such easy reading fantasy. This is just like, I really like this. It's just, I don't know, it's a guilty pleasure. I need my mind to be distracted by soulmates and horrors and damnation. I don't know. I want to read it, so I got it. Okay, so another manga that we have here is a very surprising one, and this is Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Volume 1 by Naoko Takeuchi, and this is the Naoko Takeuchi Collection Edition. So you've probably seen these volumes in big hardcover type ones. Those were the volumes of the special collection of the something years of Sailor Moon. This is the same thing, but smaller and kind of paperbacky floppy, because they're less expensive like this, and let's be true, we want the less expensive one. So this is volume 1. I have always enjoyed Sailor Moon. If you're a fan of anime, you've probably watched Sailor Moon, or you know that it's one. Cat, what are you doing? My cat enjoys to be annoying. As I was telling you about, this is one of the most famous magical girls. I do believe it is actually the OG magical girl trope, and I've always loved it, and I cannot wait to read the manga, because this was one of the animes of my childhood, and I've never read the manga, so I'm excited to read it. Another amazing one, and this one an actual hardcover, is the Fullmetal Alchemist Fullmetal Edition Volume 17, and this one is by Hiromu Arakawa and is almost over. So there's a total of 18 volumes of the Fullmetal Edition of Fullmetal Alchemist, and this is currently the 17th. I do believe that the 18th is already out or is coming out, and I will of course get it and finish finally the collection. I want to finish the collection entirely to then proceed to read it and review it with you guys, because Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is one of my favorite animes and stories of all time, and so I want to read the manga, which I haven't read, in this beautiful paper edition, and just review it for you. Okay, so another one that we have here is Witches, the Complete Collection, and this is by Daisuke Igarashi, which I believe was the author of Children of the Sea? What was it? What was it? I don't remember. Well, I don't remember. Children of the Sea. Yeah, it's on the fucking back of the book. So it says an award-winning collection of interwoven tales of witchcraft, which, of course. And it says, on a visit to a city in the far west of Asia, a British girl named Nicola falls in love. The object of her affection is Mimar, a man who works at the city's bazaar. Yet, despite her attempts, he turns her down. Upon returning home to England, the ache of her unrequited love festers. After years spent obtaining wealth, fame, and the secret of the world, Nicola returns to the bazaar to exact her deadly revenge upon Mimar and those he holds dearest. This story is one of the many in this haunting collection that features tales of witches and dark magic set around the globe and in outer space. Winner of the Excellence Prize at the 2004 Japan Media Arts Festival, Witches is written and illustrated by Daisuke Igarashi, the critically acclaimed author of Children of the Sea. So, it appears to be horror. It also has a very unique and particular writing style, with which you can see it's not done digitally. So I'm very excited to read this one. Another one that I have is Made in Abyss Volume 10, and this is by Akihito Tsukushi. I haven't read Volume 9 yet. In fact, I haven't even taken this off Volume 10, which I will proceed to do now. Okay, it's coming out. Why they wrap Made in Abyss in plastic is beyond me, but whatever. It does have parental advisory. Made in Abyss is a sci-fi story about a community that lives on the edge of an abyss, but it's also horror because it has a lot of trigger warnings, and if you have a problem with animals/children being abused, mistreated, or dying, you do not, I repeat, you do not want to pick up Made in Abyss. If, however, you like a good sci-fi, dystopian, and you would enjoy a little bit of horror in it, this is your jam. Our main characters are children, so it's a bit complicated. But I really enjoyed Made in Abyss. I have cried in pretty much all of the volumes because it was just so intense, the pain that all the characters went through. But, you know, I mean, I like horror and I like creepy tales. Let's just say it like that. Then, in the midst of all the horror, we have Spy Family Volume 2. This is by Tatsuya Enju, and this is such a cute character. I don't know. Jesus Christ, cat. He's doing the revolution today. As I was saying, I don't know why Spy Family is as amazing as it is. I haven't read the first volume, which I have here with me as well, but I will maybe read both of them together and tell you what I thought of these two and if I want to continue it or not, but I will probably want to. I mean, it's a good hyped manga and anime for a reason, so I just want to check it out. Then we have a very special one, which is Death Note short stories by the original authors of Death Note, Tsugumi Obata and Takahashi Obata. And actually Tsugumi Hoba and Takahashi Obata. And this says, is Kira's story truly over, or does his influence linger? In this complete collection of Death Note short stories penned by the series creators, discover tales of lives irrevocably changed by the sinister influence of the Death Note, with surprising and thrilling answers to the question of what it truly takes to use the Death Note or fight it. So it's, I think I've heard someone say that the stories are mostly about Ryuk, the god of death that has a Death Note, and the people that he interacts with the Death Note, and less about the people using the actual Death Note. So I am very intrigued. The art style of this is obviously amazing, and this cover alone with the flaps, I love it. I really love it. So I'm very excited to get into the world of Death Note again. Then one that you probably have seen on this channel if you've been here for a while now is The Me You Love in the Dark by Scotty Young and George Corona. And this, I was reading it in comic issues. However, the last issue never arrived. So there were 5 issues total. It was a miniseries, and the 5th issue never arrived to my hands. And I don't know the end of the story. And because the issues are beautiful, I decided that I might put them on the walls, like in a little bit of a... how do you say it? In like a little bit of a, you know what I mean, but maybe put the art style on the walls and stuff and get the trade paperback, because there's the only way that I would finish the story. So I'm very excited to read all of these. I will reread it from the beginning since it's very, very short. It's only 5 issues. And then I will review it for you guys, because this is beautiful art style and this is a beautiful story. It's very gothic. It's very creepy. It has a lot of thematics that are actually important for the modern age, which I wasn't expecting. I actually wasn't expecting what this was about because it's about something and then it turns into something else. But that's going to be the Me Love in the Dark. I'm very excited to reread this. Okay, and the last thing that I have to show you are 3 issues of comics that I'm actually reading the trade paperbacks of. However, my boyfriend got these 3 issues, so technically they are his because he's the one reading this in issues rather than in trades. However, I just love these issues, and because the trade hasn't come out yet for the timing of the issues, I wanted to read the story and know what it was, and so he let me bring them and show it to you guys. I am, of course, talking about Something is Killing the Children. Now, I don't know the number of these issues, but it's after the 4th trade. So it will be encompassed on the 5th trade if you're reading for those. But this is the first one. Look how beautiful. It's all bloody and it has a mask. And this mask actually opens up so you can see the face of the person. I will show it to you. But I just wanted to show you, like, this is the second one of this arc. And then this is the third one. There's only 3 out. But look at this. It's fucking awesome, and I am very excited to get to know this story again and to get into the story again. We are now doing the arc of the past of our main heroine, and it's bloody, it's gory, and it's pretty awesome. So that's going to be it! I think. We will see. Can you feel the love tonight? I can't remember the rest of the song with all its living things. He's holding back, he's hiding. Na 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 na. Why can't he be the king I know he is, the king I see inside? Yeah, I don't have my cat here because he ran away. I wanted to sing this to him, but he showed me his butt. So I think it's not the proper moment. Yeah, bye-bye.